I'm going to get some heat for saying this, but this is why for the past year, I have been telling you don't worry about niche schema and agencies that try to charge you for niche schema, saying you need this specialty schema markup. They are scammers. I took a hard stance on this. People hated me for saying this. People in the SEO community hated me for saying this. But look at this. Google dropped support for more structured data types and search features. This is from Barry Schwartz. He's coming on the show in December. He was on the show as well in March. We're going to have an amazing episode in December. And he wrote on Search Engine Roundtable. By the way, before I even say what he wrote, if you don't know what SEO schema is, it's structured data that's added to a site's code, and it helps search engines better understand and display content. So it's usually written in JSON, and it's embedded into a page's HTML to define important details like products, reviews, events, or organizations. This is what gives, when you see these like rich results, like ratings, FAQs, product details, this is what's supposed to give. What's supposed to enable that, and it gets more clicks. But Google will do that on its own sometimes. Actually, a good amount of the time, it'll do that on its own. Or it will just ignore the schema that you make altogether. And it is expensive to implement. A lot of the time, it can be expensive to implement. It requires a specialized technical setup, ongoing updates as content and schema standards evolve, regular testing to make sure that everything is displaying properly. And even if you have things perfectly, it might not show up. Or again, other sites without proper schema, they still might get the same search features that you are trying to get. But let's go back to that part where Google might not even use it. And so this was just announced. This is from Barry Schwartz, Search Engine Roundtable. Google's John Mueller announced Google is simplifying the search results page by removing some features that aren't being used very often and aren't adding significant value to users. This means more structured data types will be removed, but for some reason, Google did not specify exactly which ones are going away. Google did tell me features including today's Doodlebox, nutrition facts, nearby offers and events, local bike share station status, and the TV season selector in Google search are going away. I am surprised by Doodlebox and nutrition facts going away. Also, those nearby offers and events. I am also surprised by that, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised because I've been saying this for the last year. But imagine spending so much time to do schema markup for nutrition facts. That will be a huge pain. And now it's going away. Same with nearby offers and events going away. And likely Google has just been ignoring it for the last several years as well. Plus, Google said they will deprecate the practice problem structured data. So this is for students and teachers and parents to find education and learning material online easier. So you mark up practice problems with structured data as practice problems, but that's going away. Google also clarified that dataset structured data is only used by dataset search and not Google search. Google also removed the deprecation banner from book actions documentation as there's still a feature using the markup in Google search. That explains my question from September. So this is what's going away. Practice problem structured data types, dataset structured data types, today's Doodlebox, nutrition facts, nearby offers and events, local bike share station status, TV season selector, and more small organizational events of the page that were rarely used and in many instances didn't have official names. Also, it seems vehicles for sale is being deprecated as part of this. Wow. Google confirmed with me that this is definitely not an end to all structured data / rich results. I mean, we just lost several structured data types in June, with Search Console deprecating them in September. But what more are we going to lose support for from the list of schema markup types? So, there was a lot that was left in June. Course info, claim review, estimated salary, learning video, special announcements, vehicle listings. The other thing about schema markup is if you're using a popular site builder, page builder, site builder, it might just put in the basic markup that you need. There's a good chance that it will, and you can test that for free. Google has a free schema markup testing tool. You can test that for free. Okay, look, my whole point is if you have specialty niche schema in, might be ignored, and there's way more important things to focus on, especially if you are new to SEO. There's just way more, or honestly, even if you've been doing SEO for a while, you might get caught up in the weeds, in the things that aren't actually going to make the biggest difference. So what should you focus on instead? All right, if it's on-page SEO, so you're doing search engine optimization just for a specific URL, focus on picking the right keywords, especially keywords that are going to bring sales. Seems obvious, but a lot of people don't think about it. Think about, and this is related to what I just said, think about keyword intent. What is the searcher behind the keyword trying to achieve? And then preferably pick intent that is at the bottom of the funnel. I like keywords where searchers know what they are trying to achieve. They just don't know the brand that is going to give it to them. They know what they are looking for, but they don't know the brand that is going to give that to them. And so that's why they are searching, and you are that brand. On your page, focus on satisfying search intent as soon as possible. People are impatient these days. Give visitors to your pages what they want immediately. I'd also say focus on picking under-targeted keywords. I was doing a lot of keyword research yesterday for something. There are so many high-traffic keywords that are still wildly under-targeted. I have an entire episode about this because it is so important to understand. That's the hidden keyword gaps Google is begging you to fill. Episode 839 of this show. Please watch it. It is so important. And then on your page, after you satisfy intent, predict what searchers will want next, and then give that to them as soon as you can. Instead of a searcher having to go back to Google or whatever they're searching on, instead of a searcher having to do another search, just give that to them on the page. Predict what they're going to want next. Then you will make a really, really awesome page that users love, that converts, that searchers love. If it's top of funnel, that's still, maybe it doesn't, you can even convert it if it's top of funnel. Because if you predict what searchers will want next, you're going to give that to them, and then you're going to weave in your offer at the end. But I like going after bottom of funnel keywords where people literally are looking to take action. It's just so much easier. Conversion rate is a bajillion times higher. All right, so if you're doing on-site SEO, that was what to focus on page SEO. If you're doing on-site search engine optimization for your entire site, focus on having an organized folder structure. So like /roof-services. That's your folder, /roof-services. And this would obviously list all of your roofing services. And then that would maybe be in an overall services page, or maybe it would be just directly in your footer, depending on how big your business is and what type of business you have. /articles, it lists all of your articles. Like if you're a personal blog or something, just lists all of your articles. And you can have other folders nested within that. Don't have unintentional orphan pages that are not linked to by anywhere on your site. Make sure for all of your pages, you have filled in page titles, meta descriptions, H1s. Avoid URL slugs that are just random letters and numbers, that are just strings of random letters and numbers, things like this. And then offsite, focus on getting contextual backlinks that actually pass referral traffic and brand mentions. And doing just general great offsite marketing, which is a topic for a million other episodes. But should you be investing a ton of time into worrying about schema markup? The answer is no. There are so many other important things to focus on. Please focus on those things. And that is everything that I've got for you on this episode of the show. This is episode 858 of The Edward Show. This is my daily digital marketing podcast, 858 days in a row. Doing this podcast, if you want to get my exact method of search engine optimization, people are loving it. People are raving about it. People are going crazy for it. That is at compactkeywords.com. Listen, I know I've been saying a lot of great things about my SEO course, Compact Keywords. There's a reason for that. If you watch the testimonials, the video testimonials on the landing page, you will say, okay, I understand. If you watch the video trailer, the VSL at the top of compactkeywords.com, you will say, okay, I understand. Is Compact Keywords worth it? Yes, it is worth it. Compact Keywords shows you how to do search engine optimization that is not about vanity metrics, that is not about vanity traffic, but it's a clear way to actually do step by step, me taking your hand in hand, walking you through doing search engine optimization that actually converts into paying customers, into users, into warm leads. Listen, all I ask is that you look through the landing page and check out that video. You won't be sorry. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the show and for listening if you listened on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.